Hi everybody, it's Abbey Normal here in nature again. A little bit different spot. I'm not sitting on a bench this time. I'm standing with this tree here. This tree looks like, let me see here. So this tree looks like this. It's big. It's a big tree. It's got lots of parts that branch off. So what do I want to talk about today? I've had a lot of things on my mind, topics that I wanted to talk about. One of the topics is about divine timing. We don't really relate to divine timing in our worlds, mainly because we live in a world where we have to be on time based on whatever the expectation of time is. So you got to be at work by 8. You only get 30 minutes for lunch. You got to be home by, get your kids by 3. You don't want to be late to get your kids. We're constantly thinking about, we got to have it done. We have to get there on the exact time. The hardest thing when I left that type of lifestyle, when I left the real world and started doing this work full time, the hardest thing for me to get used to was divine timing. Mainly because I work customer service related jobs. So customer service jobs, the client, the guest, the customer is number one times 1,000. Whatever we can do to make you feel special today is what we're going to do. And in that role, you want to meet people's needs even on a level that they didn't even know they needed that. And you want to make it a special experience so you have that opportunity to continue to work with them. And this is sort of, I'm the little guy helping the big corporation, and this is my attitude, right? Well, you enter into a role like this, and the spirit realm does not relate to, Abby's got to get this stuff done. Abbey relates to, I want to get this stuff done. I want to do this, that, and the other thing. Spirit realm says, no, this week, Abbey, you're going to have experiences that are going to shake and rattle your cage so much that you're not going to be able to feel mentally or emotionally capable of doing any work. And it's like, no, that's not going to happen. And so even though it's hard to know how to talk about this exactly, because I've had experiences in my life where I cannot do energy work for people because I'm going through an energetic upgrade. And now I have to put people on hold, and that does not work well with my human side. But that's the way that it is. And the more spirit does this to me, there was one time where I was feeling just so awesome about just connecting with people, helping people, because that's what I do. That's what I love to do. And Spirit told me, I don't want you to do any work this week. I want you to actually just take this week and spend this time with you for yourself. And I was like, no way. I just want to get these jobs done, and then I'm going to relax the rest of the weekend. Well, it didn't work out that way. This was right about Thanksgiving time last year, and I came down with the flu really, really bad. And my spirit guide said, we told you not to do any work this week. And I was like, are you serious? So if I wouldn't have done any work this week, I wouldn't have been so stressed out, trying to get stuff done. And then there's Thanksgiving, and then my daughter had this Disney on Ice thing that was intertwined with a sort of a group function. I just was so stressful. It was the most stressful weekend ever. It's just ridiculous. It shouldn't have been as stressful as it was. Well, anyway, so I learned about divine timing there. Sometimes there is a time for things to be focused, and there's a time to be in a state of healing. There's a time for learning, and there's a time for peacefulness. There's time for all things. But when you take out the word time and you just allow yourself to know that you have to honor the ebb and the tide, you have to honor the way that the universe energy flows, you start realizing that it's not about what time things need to happen. You start realizing it's not about what you want right now. It's about getting what you want when you're meant to get it at the most essential moments. I had a really neat experience this week also communicating to me about divine timing, 2 of them, in fact. So I had a really special email come into my box. This was like 2 weeks ago. And if you've gotten to know me, you know I'm horrible with emails. I cannot do Facebook messages. I get overwhelmed by YouTube comments. I don't know what it is about me, but I get overwhelmed by too many interactions. And so it's just the way that I am. And it's not really who I am in my heart, because I really like the connections, but it just is what it is. So I'm always thinking about, well, how can I connect with people? How can I keep connecting and keep finding new ways to keep connecting? But there's something about divine timing with these connections as well. Well, I got an email, maybe it was a week and a half ago, and I was so excited. I had someone I've done work for write a story and included me in on it. And I was so excited to read it. And I printed it all out, took the printout with me while I was at the playground with my kids. I was going to read it. On my life, I could not read this story. On my life. Had this on my mind for days. And why can't I read this story? Why am I not able to read this story? Well, yesterday I did that little video on the park bench, and a female spirit came to me. I walked, just a couple minutes past that park bench. She told me to turn around right now. I need to go sit down on the park bench. I need to read that story and respond right now. It was like, okay, I've been trying to respond all week, so I guess right now is the time that I'm supposed to respond to this. So convenient for you people. The rest of us here are trying to get things done based on a world where things need to get done when they're meant to. Not when Spirit says things need to get done, when we say things need to get done. But anyway, so I was able to get that accomplished. I felt so awesome about that. And then... and then I made that little mini video, which was a whole new thing. She told me, it's like, got to respond to this email. After I respond to this email, and then she was like, make this video. I was like, okay, I'll make this video with all these bikers riding past me. Well, I did it, and then she disappeared. And so you see how divine timing works in the spirit realm. They tell you what to do, you do it when they tell you to do it. But are you able to do it? These are really easy examples of the spirit realm telling you to do something is totally capable. You're totally capable of doing that. But when they tell you to leave your job, when they tell you to leave a relationship, how often are we like, yeah, I don't think so. Time's not right yet. It's not time for me yet, spirit realm. It's time for you people, but it's not time for me yet. One thing I've learned too about these spiritual interactions is it seems like they could be on the ball like 6 years in advance telling you to do something. And over and over and over again, you're like, I'm not ready for it yet. I'm not ready for it yet. But it's always on your mind. It becomes a terrible broken record. And then finally the day comes and you did what you should have done 6 years ago, but you sort of look at everything that happened those 6 years and you say everything happened at just the right time. Because if I would have left that relationship 6 years ago, I wouldn't be this person I am today. The reason why you couldn't leave that relationship 6 years ago is because you still hadn't learned your lesson yet. If you would have listened to your spirit guides at that time, that would have acknowledged that you have learned about self-love and are able to move on now. So until you learn about self-love, you will remain in a very disappointing relationship, an unloving relationship, an unloving job, unloving experiences, and you will continue to resist divine timing. Divine timing is sort of a gift of knowing that this world does not work by a clock. This world does not work by everybody else's opinions of the way things need to be. This world works based on what is the most beautiful gift that we could give to ourselves in this now moment. What is the most beautiful gift, but not based even on your perception of what is best for now. It's on Spirit's perception of what is best for now. And additionally, I had another experience. So I had another experience, and basically I had a soul rebirth journey request that came in. And this was way back. I don't know how I managed to overlook it, and somehow it just happens, these things happen for a reason. And I feel, you always feel bad. It's like I just don't know how that happens. Well, anyway, got an email and I was like, oh my gosh, you're my highest priority. I did that soul rebirth journey today, by the way. That's Dan's Soul Rebirth Journey. It's super awesome. And anybody who is hesitant to pursue their higher spiritual calling, you need to watch that video. Soul Rebirth Journey. It's 90 minutes of extraordinary wisdom. And I'm telling you, it's going to ring a bell with you. It rung so many bells with me, it blew my mind. Not only are you going to get the wisdom of it, you're going to get an energetic upgrade, because that always happens. I get an energetic upgrade every time I do a Soul Rebirth Journey. But anyway, there's something about the timing of this too, that if it was done any sooner, it wouldn't have been the right time. Because even that was a full-on effect of the energy of that experience. And I kept checking, and everything about the spiritual atmosphere, about your spiritual atmosphere, Dan, if you happen to watch this, it was like, now is the time. It was divine timing that it all worked out just like this, that I would somehow not do your Soul Rebirth Journey when I was supposed to. It was meant to be delayed. For whatever reason, it was meant to be delayed. We don't know why these things happen the way they do, but there's something important about it. I want to go back to what I was talking about the story, and it's important to talk about divine timing with this as well. So this story is based on, I did a psychic wisdom session, and there was a very weird alien experience that was happening with the family. And usually I've done other psychic wisdom services that were really positive, and this one was on the negative side. It was kind of like rattled my cage. It was on the scarier end of things, which I'm not a big fan of scary wisdom, so I didn't want to share it on YouTube, because I don't want to freak people out about stuff that we don't fully understand. Because every time these things happen, I'm learning that we do not fully understand what is going on here, and we need to approach everything with a reflection of love. And we need to be willing to get to know what is going on deep beneath the surface of all of these experiences. Not just scoff it off and say, I hate this because it sucked. But actually say, you know what, I really would just wanted to have an experience that was loving, and I didn't know how else to react, so I just felt so much hatred inside. It's like, we got to go deeper beneath the surface of these things. Well, anyway, I wasn't feeling thrilled about telling her the news about this journey, what I saw, and there wasn't a lot of time, so there's only so much you can do, right? And so I did energy work for the home as well, and for her son, to help create an energy balance of love, to promote more love and healing. Well, it was just so overwhelming for me at the end of it that it was just like, I want to help you. I want to heal your house or do something else for you, but Spirit kept telling me, no, there's nothing else you are being called to do right now. You are only being called to do this initial service. And her story talks about this. It talks about how I provided this initial assessment, and then she had connected with a few others, and was instantly like the universe opened up, and she started working with some amazing healers, several different ones, who were able to add to what I shared, for her to experience a full-on gift of healing. If I would have just taken it upon me to do all of this work myself, she would not have been given the gift of realizing the teamwork of us working together, given the gift of the spirit realm, you know, stepping up to the plate and showing how, you know, how you're taking care of. Even before that session with her, she was telling me that the oddest thing, you know, she ran into someone who told her that she needed some black tourmaline. They just bought it, and they ran into her, and it was just, you need this more than I need this. And sure enough, she needed that positive energy within the home to help create the right balance. And so this is divine timing, you see? Do you get it? Do you kind of get it? Based on these just simple conversations about my experience, I know it's not going deep. It's kind of scraping the surface, but this is an important conversation. We get really wrapped up in what is the right time for us. We got to let go. The right time is always now. You choose to acknowledge that deep down inside you deserve better than this, and now you give yourself better than this. Because 10 years from now, those thoughts are not going to go away. I'm telling you. And in 10 years, is that going to be the right time for you to say you deserve love in your life? Love from a job that supports you, or love from, from a companion, or love from real friends that actually care about you. Love for yourself by quitting drinking, or, whatever it might be. Divine timing is always now, and it's always about the most loving gift of balance. It goes beyond what we as an individual understand about the total experience, because the total experience isn't just about us. It's about how is the experience affecting us, plus how is the experience affecting, hope that wind isn't bothering the conversation, and how is the experience affecting the person that you are interacting with, and affecting those other people in their lives, and where are they at in their life right now based on where are they going to be at in their life, in 2 weeks. Spirit realm knows this stuff. I don't have a freaking clue about this stuff. I don't know what's going on. The spirit realm does. So I have to rely on the spirit realm to tell me, and I get so many interactions within my heart, and I don't get why half the time a lot of things. So all I can do is just go with the flow of the tide and know that all things are in balance, and to love myself no matter what. It's not about the programming of a super awesome customer service person giving the best that they can to everybody, but it's about welcoming the balance into our lives, and knowing that part of the balance isn't just put on our individual shoulders. It's a gift that we share with each other, a support network. It's trusting that the spirit realm has a plan. It's trusting in the bigger picture, and in our simple minds and in our simple ways. If the best we can do is start choosing to share more love with ourselves and allow that choice to change our lives, now we are living more aligned with divine timing that is a reflection of true and pure infinite love, allowing the chips to fall as they may, without worrying about how that really fits into society. You know what I mean? My role does not fit in this world, yet it does. But in my mind, it never did. I never saw myself doing this as a full-time job. I saw myself being an awesome businesswoman. And now I am kind of an awesome business. I own my own business. But I always thought I'd work for a corporation. Anyway, I'm just bumbling on. I hope this video means something. I've been thinking about this for days and days and days, divine timing, and I haven't known, would I channel about divine timing, or would I just be myself and just talk about really basic everyday life stuff to give people an idea about divine timing. And I hope this video gives you some supportive ideas on what that means, and how to just know that it's okay to just trust, to make a decision based on trust in the spirit realm. Not make a decision based on every logical thought you've ever had about being human and what is right and what is wrong and the best time for this, because it's probably better to wait until summer before I do that and this, that, and the other. The time is always now, and you will see the universe working around you when you start making choices. Choices even at vulnerable times when it just never seems to be the right time. How many people get slapped in the face when they never expected it? Now they got to figure something out. You can handle this thing. That's divine timing. Either wait until the right time, or you're going to get a slap in the face. So that's divine timing. Just do it already. Just whatever you got going on deep down inside, just do it already. Like, that's what Dan's Soul Rebirth Journey was about too. It's like, if you got a plan, if you feel a spiritual movement within you, if you have an idea, you need to pursue it and allow us to show you the way. Allow us to now be your teachers. Allow yourself to feel the trust in the spirit realm. Allow yourself to go there in that experience. Anyway, this is my video. I'm going to stop talking already. I talk forever. I'm done. I'm not talking anymore. Okay, well, thank you for watching my video outside. We'll see if I can't make more of these. It's kind of fun. If you want to connect with me one-on-one, I would totally love to share psychic wisdom with you or spiritual healing. So visit my website. It's abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching my video, and thank you for supporting my channel.